Hello everyone, this is my Ice Spear Freezing Balls character from the Ancestors League. As a disclaimer, this character is not mid-maxed at around 538 million DPS, but the build can go over 1 billion DPS. For me, this was enough this league in regard to this character. The character is level 100, for details are what you would expect of this character. The weapon, we have the Annihilating Light with Corrupted Implicit with cast speed. The helmet and Heat Shiver. Before this patch I used to have 2 helmets with 2 lab enchants, but this will be irrelevant in the next league as these are removed. Depending on how they implement this, we will probably only switch Freezing Pulse to Ice Spear once we get to the boss. Gloves are rare and ensure we have resistances and dexterity. They have increased damage against shield enemies, and for the implicits we have a nerve and cold exposure on it. The first ring is Anathema that increases our curse limit to our maximum power charges. For the armor, we are using a Soul Mantle with a +2 to projectile gems corrupted with Implicit. The amulet ensures that we have enough strength and dexterity, it gives +2 to gems. This is not the best in slot, just so everyone is aware of this. Our other ring has resistances and life. For the belt, we're using the Coward's Legacy, so we're counting as low life even if you're not. The boots offer movement speed, dexterity, life, and resistances. For the flask, we have a life flask with immunity to bleeding and corrupted blood, Dying Sun for the extra projectiles, a Quicksilver flask with critical strike chance during effect and increased effect in it, Bottle Fate for bosses and casters if we manage to use it under them, and Laviagas to ensure that we can spam our totems to get affected by every curse in the game by using the Soul Mantle mechanic. I've done every challenge in this league. Of course, not all challenges were done with this build, so just so everyone is aware of this. In regards to reaching level 100, I also used 5 ways carries. The build is quite squishy and is very unlikely that you will be able to reach 100 alone. I will show a mapping example with my character. I'll run a tier 15 Mesa with 133 item quantity. For this I'll be using Freezing Pulse and will switch to Ice Spear at the end of the boss, even if I don't really need to. This is just to showcase the build. Sorry for the initial frame drops, my PC sometimes does this, probably I need to check the video options to optimize when I'm recording. It sorts itself out after a bit. With this build, display the totems in front of you while moving, so that the totems have a chance to kill and or freeze everything. This way we minimize our death, is the basic path of EXILE concept. I kill them faster than they are able to kill me. Once we reach the boss, for example purposes, I'll change my helmet and swap Freezing Pulse to Ice Spear. Moving forward, I will start presenting the gens we use. For our main link, we have either Feasting Pulse or Ice Spear, combined with multiple totems, added cold damage, hypothermia, greater multiple projectiles, and increased critical damage. For our curse setup, we use Arcanist Brand, Elemental Weakness, Frostbite, Punishment, Leper's Mark, and Enhance. For our 4 links, we have Summon Lightning Golem, Increased Duration support, Arcane Cloak, and Arcane Surge support. For our second 4 link, we have Bone Chill, Cold Snap, Frost Blink, and Unbound Elements support. For our third 4 link, we have Zealotry, Eternal Blessing support, Leaf Slam, and faster attacks. The uniques we are using are Annihilating Light Quarterstaff, Soul Mantle Spider Silk Robe, Anathema Moonstone Ring, and Cowar's Legacy Chain Belt. Above the items you can see the best corrupted implicits for each individual item. The jewels we use are Self-Flagellation, Rain of Splinters, Militant Fate, Watcher's Eye, and Sublime Vision. The flasks we use are Life Flask with immunity to corrupted blood and bleeding, Quicksilver Flask with maximum charges and increased critical strike chance during effect, or it can be with movement speed, Klavianga Spirit Sanctified Mana Flask, Dying Sun Ruby Flask, and Battle Fate Sulfur Flask. The cluster jewels that we use are: first, we get this medium cluster with Adjustable Echo and Sleepless Sentries. This helps with overall movement and totem reacting to monsters. After that, we can look for a large cluster with Disorienting Display for the blind chance to increase our probability. Then I also just Dramatic Heart for the distances that we get from it. Third point can be whatever you want. Another medium cluster we use is with Repeater and Eye to Eye to increase our damage. When we reach a higher level, we can switch to a 12-point large cluster jewel. With that, the small passive skills have 35% increased effect. The Pantheons we use are: for the major god, we take Soul of Brine King for the 100% chance to avoid being frozen after we upgrade it. For the minor one, it depends on how much curse effect reduction we have. If you are not capped from the jewels, we can take Soul of Yule because once we upgrade it, it gives 30% reduced effect of cursing on you. If we don't need a reduced effect of curses, we can take Soul of Abarat in order to have less duration of Ignite and to be unaffected by Burning Ground. The POB will be in the video description where you can find all the information presented in this video. Sorry for my voice guys, I've been fighting a cold for several days now. Hope it will pass till we start the league. This is one of the reasons the video is kinda late. I will try to update the living video from the last league as well, but no promises. Thank you for your support and have a good one!